Today we're going to be ranking the top 10 2025 football sports card products. Hey, how's it going everybody? Cards with Sean here, back with another video, and more specifically we're going to be doing NFL products. We're going to stick to that. I know there's some college, like draft picks, Bowman, whatever else. Just NFL 2025 products is what we're sticking to. The tiers are going to go S, A, B, C, D, E, all the way down to F. So the best tier is S and the worst tier is F. And these are my top 10 like retail like products you can buy at retail stores. So that way pretty much like anybody could have bought these at some point when they came out and maybe still could get their hands on them probably. All right, let's start off strong here with 2025 Mosaic. Now I'm going to put these in the S tier, and the reason I'm doing that is because there is multiple case hits in this product. I think on average there's like probably like 3 or 4 were being dished out in each case. There can also be a lot of color. It looks like not in this pack. Holy, we just got an all base pack. Aside from parallels, but okay, well, that's why we're doing 2 packs of these, because, you know, I think 2 is definitely not enough to show off what a product can have, but it's better than just doing 1. I was just going to do 1 of each. Let's see, there we go. We got a green Tyler Nubin, Elevate. So there is the opportunity to at least get Cam Scadaboo rookie base. So there is color in this, which I enjoy. At least we got 1 to kind of prove it there. And yeah, that's why I would put it there. Multiple case hits, pretty easy to get into. And I'm kind of going off of, you know, case hits, what are your odds of like hitting stuff within the product, kind of based off of videos that I've seen and what I've pulled, trying to get a general consensus. You know, people may disagree, and that's all right. Let me know in the comments what you think some of these should be ranked at, and what your favorite products or worst products have been of 2025. Now let's go all the way down to F tier. That's where I'm going to put 2025 score. The reason I say that is because, look at this. I mean, 12 cards per pack. I believe that there's a lot more cards in these. These are one of the heavier, like a lot of cards you get out of when you rip these products. I believe so. Don't quote me. But the main reason I'm putting this there is because the rookies are in their college uniforms. So, yep, right here, Mike Green. I'm not sure what college that is, but Jalen Walker. So there's not much Terrence Ferguson. There's not much of a demand. People like to see rookies, especially because this is one of the first products in the year that comes out. People like to see players in their professional uniforms. So having rookies in college uniforms, I just think is not. You know, there's really not much there. If you pulled, let's say, a Jackson Dart, or I don't even know who are the other top rookies, Cam Ward, Tyler Shook. If you pull them and they're just in their college uniform, base card versus, say, maybe a product like Prizm, where it's a Prizm base card and they're in their professional uniform, I mean, it's a higher end product, but they go for more. And that has something to do with it, aside from the fact that it's also Prizm. Jake Beck. Ooh, what do we got here? What is that? Jack Beck, Harold Fannin, Raheem Sanders. Oh, that's nothing. Saquon, Sack Attack, Leonard Williams. Almost read that wrong. And then we have our veterans, Chris Long, Hunter Henry, Trey Hendrickson, JSN, MVS, and Jamar Chase. So yeah, as you can see there, I mean, there's a couple inserts, but other than that, I got that down at F tier. Moving on to 2025 Prizm. It's one of the products I don't have any packs for. I'm putting that at the B tier. And the reason I'm putting Prizm at B tier is because, you know, I'm basing it off of retail. Most people are going to be buying retail products versus hobby. A lot more people can afford it. And in Prizm, you're really only chasing, it's like silvers, reds, and blues. And the reds and blues are short printed, so you're going to see the silvers a lot more frequently. And there's really not too much else, maybe variations in there. But unless you hit the right players, like there's literally almost nothing to chase inside of it. And I want to say they did have numbered cards inside of Prizm last year for retail, Don't quote me on that. I came into the game pretty late in the year last year. But yeah, I just, from what I've opened and what I've seen people open retail wise, I don't think it's personally worth it. But it is a higher end product, so if you do hit, that's why I'm putting it at B tier as well. Because if you do hit something, you know, you're getting decent value for it. If you hit some numbered card inside of score of Jackson Dart, it's not going to go for as much as a silver or a variation is going to go for one of those top names. Up next, we have 2025 Donruss Optic. I'm putting Donruss Optic at the C tier. This is kind of a good middle ground product because you are still chasing downtowns, uptowns. Is there, I forgot, is Sunday Kings and Rookie Kings inside of this? I can't remember. But it is, again, one of the higher end products. Lighted up, these cards do go for more if you hit the right names and the right players. Travis Hunter lighted up base. I mean, this is probably at least like $1 or $2. Probably only $1, but this, like, I could probably actually sell this within a week and actually get $1 for it. Whereas most other products that have a Travis Hunter base parallel wouldn't even sell if I marked it at $1 probably. The reason I put it at C tier though is, yeah, you can get some really good hits out of it, but I just haven't seen, it feels like the case hits, especially this year, have not come out as frequent. That's another big reason I'm putting it in here. They don't seem like they're flying out of cases. I don't know if they were trying to make case hits even more rare or what the deal was. But, you know, we got a like a stars parallel there. So there is the potential to hit some big stuff in here. And it's one of the better products throughout the year, but at the same time, case hits aren't flying out. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's a fair spot to put it at C tier. If you couldn't guess where this was going already, that means I'm putting 2025 Donruss at the D tier. Donruss is obviously a step down from Donruss Optic. It's not as, I mean, at first, because Donruss came out first, or it comes out first every year. So at the time when it comes out, and you can even get like Optic previews. So when it came out, like, yes, great product to have in hand. But when Optic comes out, Donruss is kind of just forgotten about. It's put on the back burner. I feel like the cards just aren't quite as nice. And yeah, I mean, it's just stats have said it over time that Optic, people are willing to pay more. There's a Kyle McCord, a Tila Dominators. People are willing to pay more for the Optic cards than Donruss. It just makes more sense. And nothing there. We really haven't hit anything in this video yet. Pack number 2 of Donruss. And even if we end up hitting something crazy in one of these, which the odds are that we won't, but if we do, like, it doesn't stray away from the fact that the odds are still very low. So I'm not going to all of a sudden change my rating because we pull some here. Here's a red press proof. Caleb Williams on the Elite Series, sing a year. Blake Groupie. I should send that in to him. I think he's an avid collector of his own cards, and he signs them if you send them to him. Getting down to the last couple packs here. As you can see, I only have rookies and stars and absolute left. But let's talk about Topps Chrome, which just came out. Changed the entire hobby, and that's part of the reason why I'm putting it where I'm putting it. I'm going to put Topps Chrome at the A tier. You have the potential to hit a lot of really big cards. I've seen people do really well with the product, especially the hangers. Hangers are bangers. You can hit some crazy stuff. I do enjoy that. They have the opportunity to hit just about everything that you can get inside of hobby, except for the fact that I think it's 1 or 2 of the case hits just aren't in it, but there is still case hits within. And I just really enjoy it. I think it's brought a lot of life back into collectors this year. I guarantee you there's a bunch of people out there that with all the Topps marketing that have never been into sports cards before and now have gotten back into it to relive their glory days with Topps Chrome. A tier, I think, is a perfect place to put it because really the biggest downside to it is the cost. It's a little overpriced. Blasters at retail value, we're going at like $40, where most blasters go at $30. And then it kind of seemed to jump its way up with, I guess I'm not too sure about hobby, but now even on the secondary market, I see hangers that should be going for like 20 or, what do they go for? Typically like 20. on a normal product at least. They're going for like closer to 40 now. But again, it's all just supply and demand at the end of the day. However, I don't think it's reasonable. If you're paying the secondary market prices, you're paying $80 for a blaster box when it's really only marketed at 40 originally. Like, you're hurting yourself. You're shooting yourself in the foot. So if you're able to get it in at full retail value, I think it probably has the potential to be S tier. But I think A is very fair. It's an expensive rip for most people, but there is a good chance to pull something, or at least a chance to pull some really good stuff. So that's why I'm putting it at A tier. How about we move to Rookies and Stars? Rookies and Stars I have at the E tier. The reason I have it at the E tier is because, honestly, like, it just becomes a common theme, really. This is the only one I have inside of E tier. I'm just kind of trying to look to put something there, really, but I don't know. Rookies and Stars, I've always said, is kind of one of my favorite products from back in the day, so maybe I'm a little bit biased, but I don't think it's the worst product to be opening, so that's kind of why it gets bumped up there a little bit, Xavier Watts. But I do think that it's not, it's just kind of forgotten about every year, it seems like. Like, it gets released, people will open it, maybe do a hobby box or something, but aside from that, like, it really isn't that crazy of a product. It's not one of the top products each year, but it's nostalgic. I mean, especially for a person like me that opened up Rookies and Stars way back in the day, about 10, 15 years ago. So I do enjoy still opening this every now and then. All I have left is Absolute, but we're actually going to talk about Phoenix. 2025 Phoenix. I'm putting that as S tier with Mosaic as well for pretty much all the same reasons. It's one of the like middle range products, but there is multiple, I believe, case hits you can get out of that. And even if I'm trying to think, I'm only thinking of Color Blast. I want to say there's more than that, but regardless, even if there isn't, it seemed like these cards have been going for kind of based, like, you can get a lot of value back out of what you get in the boxes, which I really appreciate. You're not overpaying for a product as compared to Prizm or Topps Chrome. And it feels like it just hands out very well. So I'm putting that at S tier as well for pretty much the same reasons as Mosaic. Like, I think those two, if I was going to go actually try to have the best odds of making my money back, I'd probably go and rip those two products. Based on your experiences, you might have different opinions, and that's fine, but that's where I'm putting it. Down to our final two products we're going to talk about in today's video. For Absolute, I put that at D tier. It really just seems like, aside from Kabooms, there's really not much of a point, especially retail-wise. Holy crap. And being hard to open, I guess. Aside from that, though, that's really all you're chasing in Kabooms. They even have the calendar packs they did again this year. And, well, I guess you could put this even as a reason, just the way the packs are set up. Pretty much already tell you I probably don't have a Kaboom based on it just not facing the same way. All right, I just showed you every card. CJ Stroud, Nico Collins, Xavier Worthy, Jordan James, Rookie Wave, Riley Leonard, JT, Travion Henderson. So, yeah, really, like, I don't know. It feels like that's all anyone wants to open Absolute for, is really just, it's Kaboom or bust. That's like the famous saying. So I think it's at D tier because your odds of hitting that is very, very low. Like I said before, I feel like from what I've seen, the case hits are not popping out as frequently even, which makes it an even like harder case to try to justify it. Who do we got here? Jaden Reed, BTJ. There he is. Sam Darnold. Bryce Young. There we go. There's my boy right there, Tyler, and Jalen Milroe. Elijah and Nick Martin. So, yeah, I mean, all of this, I'd be happy to get $1 or $2 for, but it's just Kaboom or bust. That's the way it goes. And for the last product of 2025, the 10th product I'm going over is Panini Select. 2025 Select, I'm putting at the B tier. This kind of felt rushed right at the end of their license agreement before it turned over to Topps, which I think kind of hurts this score because people didn't get to see maybe enough of this. People were so excited by the time I think this product came out, maybe in February, I want to say. and Topps got the license at the beginning of April. So yeah, I think it just kind of was bad timing, honestly. But B tier for select, the reason I say that is because you can hit the case hits are the zebras. It's one of the higher end products, I would say personally, up there with Prizm and Optic. It's one of the more hyped products for Panini each year. And the reason I also say that is because there's a lot of variety. You can hit the different, it's like the club levels, the concourse, the field levels, all of that different stuff, numbered cards. I just feel like there's really good variety within that product and potential to hit some really good things that even if you don't have, say, maybe the best blaster or the best mega box, that you could still maybe get some sort of your value back and the potential to get some really good stuff. So that's what I'd put there. I also want to touch on the reason that with this, these were just loose packs, nothing crazy. So I'm really not surprised I didn't hit much of anything. Whereas don't base your opinion on if you're going to buy something based off of some of these cards that I open, because if you actually went and bought a full blaster, these are coming from all over the place. So if you actually open up a full blaster of something, you're probably going to see a lot better than I am. I can already tell you right now. What did I open? A blaster of Mosaic earlier this year, and there's a bunch of like yellow mosaics inside of like 5 or 6 of them in each one. If you look on the side of any blaster, it'll tell you. It'll also say in this really fine print here, kind of like what some of the things are that you can hit inside of the actual pack you're going to open. But again, the boxes too, you probably have some better odds because you're opening more cards in mega boxes as opposed to blasters. But then again, you're paying $30 versus $60. Hangers are typically $20 for products. So yeah, take that with what you will. Kind of try to put something in every single tier here for the top 10 products, and I think I did a pretty good job at doing that. Let me know what you guys think, what you agree with, what you don't agree with. What are your hot takes, or what were maybe some of my takes that you thought, no way, absolutely not, this should be in this tier. Let me know. Make sure you leave a like on the video, comment something down below. Also, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much, guys, for watching another video of mine. Peace out.